Right, guys, this is question 2 from the 2018 paper 2. It is just a 4-marker on schema, so it is a cognitive approach question. Now, if you remember, schema are packages of information that we have around people or situations or objects, and they help us to process information in the world around us, which is kind of what the question already gives you. You have to explain one reason why using schema might be useful and one reason why they might not be useful. Okay, so the first thing I think that is important to recognize here is that you're not going to get any marks for actually explaining what schema are. Okay, so there's no need to give me any outline or any description. All you have to do is explain. Okay, so what I'm looking for in this question is for somebody to give me a reason why it might be useful, and then to explain that reason or to elaborate on that reason. Now, you can elaborate and explain in whichever way that you want, but the easiest way to do it is probably via an example. Okay, so let's have a look at what that might look like. If you want to have a go at answering this question for yourself, then please pause the video now and do so. Here we go. So, using schema can be useful because it helps us to quickly organize and interpret new information based on prior knowledge, which enhances our cognitive efficiency. Okay, so no doubt that is a pro, so I'm going to kind of give that 1 mark right there. And then my example for that is something really basic. When encountering a new type of restaurant, our existing schema for dining experiences helps us to predict the experience, which then saves cognitive resources. Okay, you can use any example that you want. You can do something like a university open day or a wedding, or I don't know, going to a concert, whatever it might be, but make sure the example that you use is relevant to the reason that you've given. Okay, so there's my first 2 marks. And then scrolling down just a little bit, we have our downside. So, however, schemas can also be problematic in contexts like eyewitness testimony, where they may lead to false memories. Okay, so there's our first reason why it's a bad thing. We'll give that a mark. And then witnesses might unconsciously fill in the gaps with details that align with their pre-existing schemas, which results in distorted recollections and compromising the reliability of the testimony. Okay, obviously there are other ways in which schemas are problematic as well. A very common one to write in this question is to say that they might lead to stereotypes. If you have preconceived ideas around certain people or certain groups of people. So you choose whichever one that you want, really. This is just one way that you could do it. Okay, so 1 mark for identifying the problem or identifying the good thing, and then a 2nd mark for elaborating on that, ideally with an example, but it doesn't have to be. That's just the easiest way, in my opinion. Okay, thank you very much for listening. See you in the next one.